Good morning, everybody. Edward Kelley here with 188 Deadline, answering your bankruptcy questions. Still Friday, still casual, talking about reaffirmations. This time, let's quickly talk about, is there anything I can do about my terrible interest rate on my auto in my Chapter 7 bankruptcy? Now, we've talked before about a Chapter 13 and the extended powers you get there, including the ability to cram down your loan amount to the value of your vehicle and render the rest unsecured, so potentially paying much less for your vehicle in total. Can't do that in the 7. However, you can still reduce your interest rate. There's a case out there, Till, which set up this power and leaves a limited bit of power in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So again, you cannot, and there's still this 9-10 rule, which I'll talk about, which may have an effect, primarily in 13s. But in a Chapter 7, so you've got a 20% interest rate. Although you can do nothing about the amount that you owe, you can reduce that interest rate. So we talked last time about, should I reaffirm my car loan? And yes, if you want to keep the vehicle. However, be sure you remind your attorney, or if you're doing it yourself, be sure that you make an attempt to reduce that interest rate. So, again, if you bought the car 3 days before bankruptcy, file and try to, reduce your interest rate substantially, probably not going to be successful. However, if it's a legitimate loan entered into not in anticipation of bankruptcy, and the interest rate is above what in bankruptcy they call the till rate, a little bit above prime, you can usually negotiate with the creditor if you want an agreement. Just don't reduce it to the absolute lowest, and they'll know they're getting more than they might, and they'll probably agree. Um, in any case, it's usually a good idea. This is more, I guess, advice for an attorney to run that by the trustee. But if you want a fresh start and you've got to keep that vehicle, and one of the problems is that the interest rate is so high, definitely take a look at what it is if you're going to reaffirm the vehicle. And, just have your attorney contact the creditor and talk about reducing it. Now, if they don't agree, you may have to fight about it, but potentially, depending on how much you owe in your vehicle, you can save thousands of dollars in the long run. I've just found that a lot of people don't realize that you have that power even in a Chapter 7. So keep that in mind, and I will see you soon. Again, anytime you have questions, contact me at Edward at worthlawoffice.com, WIRTH lawoffice.com. And I will get back to you and try to answer your questions. You can always reach me at 188 Deadline. Thanks and take care.